Hello everybody. I decided on this video I had a lot of stuff that I was working on for that 67 and I wanted to put everything into one video so I could clean out my phone before I managed to lose video again like has happened before. But I finished the radiator, put the new hoses on it and filled it up with antifreeze and cranked it. Started on my front bumper and back bumper brackets and everything. And I'm showing you a little bit of that near the end of the video. So I hope you like the video. If you do, hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share, everything else. I want to try to get that bumper off because I need the brackets. This side, they don't look like they're hurt all that much. And this side, I'm thinking might just be twisted a little bit. But they're the best bumper brackets there is out here. Okay, so I got the front bolts out because they're a nut and bolt, but the second bolt, this one, was originally a captured welded on nut. So they turned a little bit and then just broke the welds loose. So I broke them out of the frame on both sides. This was just driver's side. I don't think I'll have to do anything to other than unbolt it from the bumper and bolt it back to my bumper. The passenger side, I'm going to have to, I guess, bolt up to my frame and straighten that back out. It's supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be like that one. But other than that, I don't think this one's bent. So I'll show you what these look like after I get it off the bumper. Okay, so this is the passenger side. It's the one I was showing you. So you can see that it's still bent. It was worse than that, and I beat on it and stuff, but I'm going to have to either torch some of that to try to bend it, or take a saw and just cut it and make it work. Driver's side back on, and it probably is kind of tweaked a little bit here because, you know, the other side of the bumper got pushed back, so this is probably pulled over a little bit. But what I figure I'll do is I'll bolt this part up to the car and then bolt the other side up. Just kind of put washers here and there to get the bumper to where it's straight on the car, even if it's because I've rigged the bumper brackets. This I might look it up just so I have an idea, but I would imagine that using these bumper brackets are saving me at least $100, and a day and a half work to save $100 is pretty good. Alright, we've got a new radiator on it. carburetor's trying to flood a little bit. Alright, well, the carburetor hasn't been apart in a long time now, and the gas is trying to get a little bit gummy, so it's slowly loading up. If I was driving it, it probably would fix itself, but anyway, it ran long enough for me to get the thermostat open. Radiator's hot. It cycled some, so it's got the new radiator, it's got the new upper and lower hoses. I think it'll look right once it's got the fan on it. And I'll get a 5/16 hose instead of this 3/8. It's too big, so I'll get a 5/16 hose and probably connect a piece of copper or something to run it down here. But mostly because I don't want it to blow antifreeze that way. So I had to do, even with this radiator, I still had to do a little bit of rigging. The lower hose went right on like it's supposed to. You know, that's a strange looking hose to me. It comes out of the water pump this way, then turns and goes back and goes forward. You know, most of the time they'll turn and to come forward. They won't have an S in them. But I ain't messed with very many 67s. So. And the upper hose is just a flex hose because it saved me $3, and I knew that it wouldn't fit right. See, that's a 60, well, it's a 70 to 72 style intake. So it's lower and the water neck's further back. 67s are, all that's up higher, so it comes forward some. So the thermostat housing would actually be about here and up some, so it doesn't fit right. This was had already been cut, but the alternator bracket's supposed to come over to the intake. This had already been cut, and I had to trim it more to give it a 1/4 inch of room, because it was touching the hose. And if it ends up looking like it's closer to it, I'll take it back off and grind it some more. But so we've got to me, I like it. Now, I'm not saying that what I found out here is 100% the one off the car, and it's not like it matters anyway. But all the other 67s out here, and there's 2 other SS cars and a Malibu, they all had a windshield wiper motor still on them, except this one. So if that is, and it more than likely really is, if that's the one off this car, look at the difference in the patina on this versus the car. That's taken off a very long time ago. Been a good bit since I showed you this. It's just a data plate, so you just can get whatever information you want off of that. And 13817 ATL 4596. So it's Atlanta. Trim 731-B. Next line down's E2LGR. Next one's down is dash 147215. Over here at paint is F-F. I've been taking parts off this rear end. Got it upside down because I just got done taking that control arm off. And I decided to try to turn the fuel plug, and it wouldn't turn. So I lit up an acetylene torch. Got her nice and hot. And it turned. I'm sure that's hot. So let's not watch me burn myself. Alright. I'll flip this over real quick and we'll talk about something for a second. Don't know if you can see any of that, but we're going to take that pinion out and take that backing plate off. I've done everything else, and take it to town and wash it out the best I can with a pressure washer and oven cleaner. And then we'll come back out here and I'll take a wire brush and stuff and get this as clean as I can on the inside. But that's going to have to be a little bit. I'm working on a couple other things out here. And I wanted to go ahead and show you some of this. Now, that's the rear end out of my 67. And for the ones of you that's watched all the videos, you know, the car hit a tree sideways on the edge of the wheel right in front of that rear end. So it's possible that it might be bent, but if it is, I'll straighten it and show you. But I wanted to show you something else too. Originally, that was a 331 positration. I took a piece of sandpaper on the front of that axle. It was a 331 positration chevelle. And ring gear's long gone. Because even as rough as this is, if I had had the ring gear, I'd have sandblasted that pinion and I would have ran it anyway. I'd have put new bearings in it, and I would have sandblasted the pinion and the gears, and I would have ran it anyway. But because that's gone, I'm having to get creative. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. According to a lot of people, you can't do what I'm going to do, or going to try to do, because they're completely different. But I know a guy that did it. I don't have a 331 gear, but I do have a 307 gear out of a truck. That's a truck 12 bolt ring and pinion. And if you think that's rusty, you must not have watched the rest of my videos. But that's a truck ring and pinion. They bolt directly on to the carrier. The difference is gear back spacing and stuff like that. But the main thing is and this is probably not 100% accurate, but a car pinion bearing is about the inside diameter of that washer, where these aren't. And a truck is smaller. So the truck pinion bearing, the inner pinion bearing on a truck, is a smaller diameter bearing, but the outer one's the same. So that's why a lot of people say you can't do this. But a guy that Dad knows that used to race a lot and tear up a lot of this stuff had put a few truck rear end pinions in car rear ends. You have to have a shim made, spacer made, with the inner diameter of the pinion and the outer diameter of the inner diameter of the right bearing. You following me? I don't really know if I am. But the point is, you have to space the car bearing to fit the truck pinion. That takes care of that part pretty much, but you still have to do some funky stuff when it comes to spacing the ring gear, because the flange on a truck carrier is in a different spot this direction than a car. But it is doable. People's done it, and I know a guy that did it, and it is doable. So I'm going to try to run this truck 307 ring and pinion in my car. And I also bought a brand new set. Yes, I bought something new. I bought a brand new set of spider gears, positive traction spider gears, for that 3 Series positive traction carrier. That's the only thing I didn't have was spider gears. Has the clutches, I have the spring and the plates and stuff for it. I'm going to take that back apart and clean it a little better. And in a future video, we'll do all this rigging and make this work. I have a set of axles. So basically I have to get all new bearings, all new seals, clean that up the best I can, and then try it. So I figured I'd end this video like that. Tell me what you think. Also, I finished the shed. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you guys again next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.